There he is, Jake Berger. Told us today when we talked to him, this game means a lot to him. He's looking forward to it. Even driving to the ballpark, thinking about playing against his former team and a lot of friends that you make here in the game of baseball. He said the crazy thing, one day you're with these guys for months and months, and then you don't see them.
Brian Hoeing. He's going to make his first start this year, and he's back off the IL. He had dealt with a hamstring strain.
Boy, you have to go back to May 2nd. He went on the IL with that hamstring pull. But I'll tell you what, he's a guy that we can look for tonight. He's not going to overpower hitters. He pitches, I think, best out of the bullpen. We'll see, and I think we'll look for 50, 60 pitches tonight from Brian Hoeing.
He's got his first strikeout. Good slider to get Pham.
Well, what you're going to see from Brian Hoeing, number one, is a lot of strikes. This time, a good slider, a little backup slider after he got ahead.
0-2 on Benintendi. He was 2 for 12 in the series against Cleveland. And he is 0 for 1 here tonight.
Here is Luis Robert Jr.
As Robert with a jolt into left field, down for a base hit. De La Cruz cuts that one off, and a 2-out single for a guy who heard an awful lot about when it comes to the trade deadline.
2-2 right there, called strike 3. Rung him up on a sinker at 94 over the outside corner, and the side is retired. No runs a hit, 2 men left on base.
The other side of the pitching matchup is Drew Thorpe. This is a guy that's been dealt a couple of times, a couple of blockbuster trades.
Well, one thing I want you to look for tonight, his best pitch, it's an 80 grade changeup, and he uses it close to 40% of the time.
Chisholm with a ground ball to the right side and the flip to Thorpe. This one off the end of the bat to left field, and Benintendi will make the catch for out number 2 here in this first inning. Swinging at that first pitch, and Drew Thorpe getting 2 ground outs here in this first inning. A nice 1-2-3 starts.
Scoreless tie. Paul DeJong leads off.
How about this? One pitch, strokes it into left field to start this second inning.
A red-hot Lenyn Sosa.
Lenyn Sosa going the other way, and it's a fair ball. DeJong will go first to third. Sosa's trying to stretch it to 2, but he's gunned down at second.
It's a fine play in right field by Myers.
Here's Nicky Lopez with a runner at third and 1 away.
Infield comes in, and Nicky Lopez says it doesn't matter. Strokes it into right field. DeJong scores, and Nicky Lopez with an RBI double, giving the White Sox an early 1-0 lead.
Welcome back. A 1-0 White Sox lead as we head to the top of the third inning.
So 1 out. Here's Robert for the second time. He singled in the first inning.
Luis Robert Jr., and he already has 2 hits today, an 8-game hitting streak now. He's extended here in Miami. There goes Robert Jr., and Fortes couldn't get the exchange. And so for Luis, that's his 5th stolen base of the season.
The 2-0 pitch is hit slowly towards third. Berger barehands it, throws it to first, and they got Jimenez, who slowed up before he got to first. And the inning is over. No runs, a hit, a stolen base, no errors, and 1 man left in scoring position.
The new pitcher in the ball game, it is Roddery Munoz, who's on for the 9th time. His ERA up above 5.5. He inherits a 1-0 deficit as Hoeing went 3, gave up 5 hits but only 1 run.
3-1. He's outside, ball 4. Lopez draws a 2-out walk.
White Sox have been pretty good at starting 2-out rallies lately, so keep the line moving.
Here's Maldonado.
Drives this one to left field, and it'll make its way all the way into the corner. Nicky Lopez, windmill is on. They're sending him home. No throw. Look who it is again. Martin Maldonado coming up clutch.
And Martin got one on the inner portion of the plate. This looked to be a slider he was supposed to throw away. He didn't get it there, and as it rattles around, Nicky, who had drawn a 2-out walk, scores all the way from first base.
Welcome back. A 2-0 deficit for the Marlins as we head to the top of the 5th inning. There's Berger smothering it at third base and getting the out, taking a hit away from Andrew Vaughn.
He's robbed a couple of his former teammates. Back in the 3rd inning, he got Eloy Jimenez, and then a terrific play that right there to get Vaughn.
See, now you can smile.
Yeah.
Here's Eloy. 3-2. A hit on the ground through the hole into left. Base hit. Eloy Jimenez. He's 1 for 3.
3-2. Okay, Paulie D. Well, Nicky Lopez drove in the first run of the game for the White Sox back in the 2nd. Slaps it the other way down the left field line. De La Cruz going back, and it's over his head. It will hop out of play, and so unfortunately DeYoung will be stopped at third, but Eloy will score.
Well, I'm sure that Nicky made an adjustment because suddenly he's starting to drive the ball the other way.
A 3-0 deficit for the Marlins. Drew Thorpe back out to work. And Vaughn ranging over, making the catch in foul territory, and that's the first out here in the 7th.
That brings up Dane Myers.
Up the middle for a base hit. Dane Myers has been on base twice, and he's thinking about going for 2, and he'll get there. Hustling right out of the box on a base hit up the middle.
Had to kind of throw across his body, so really wasn't going to get much on the throw. Great base running, good hitting, better base running.
And that's going to do it for Drew Thorpe. He goes 6 1/3, responsible for the runner at second base. A pitching change for the White Sox.
Xavier Edward, look, 1-0 pitch is lined through the left side. That's a base hit. Benedict is going to wave Myers. Here comes a throw by Benintendi. It's cut off out towards the mound. Going to second is Edwards, and now it's 3-1, and the tying run is coming to the plate.
Not the slider, but the four-seamer up out over the plate. 6-game hitting streak now for Xavier Edwards. If you go back to the first time he was called up, and alertly sees that ball over the head of the cutoff man. Actually was deflected a little bit, gets himself to second base.
Nick Fortes an 0 for 2 night. But you know what? Doesn't matter. Base hit. They will hold Edwards, though. The hit streak extends for Fortes. Another hit with a runner in scoring position, and now the tying runs are on base.
Back to the top of the order. It's Jazz. The matchup's going to be lefty-righty.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here it comes. In the dirt, Jazz draws the walk, and the bases are loaded. So now it's De La Cruz. 0 for 3 days so far.
1-2. Fastball. It's a rocket to center, backing up, and Luis Robert Jr. tracks it down. La Petera.
Nearly cleared the bases again, but Robert can cover some ground. Welcome back. Bottom of the 9th inning on the way. A 3-1 deficit for the Marlins. They will face Michael Kopech, who came in to get the final out of the 8th inning. Vidal Brujan with a double and a stolen base back in the 3rd. See if Edwards goes at all on 3-2. He does not. And a ground ball right back to Kopech, who couldn't get a grip on it at first. So it's only going to be the 1 out. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Kopech delivers a ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit. They're not done yet. Brujan on his way to 3rd. He'll get there. And Jazz keeps it alive. The tying runs are on base for Brian De La Cruz, who had a chance to change the game his last time up. Rips a base hit here in the 9th and makes this a 1-run game, and the tying run is in scoring position.
And you'd love to see at-bats and approaches like this through the first 6 innings.
Bell with a grounder, gloved by Vaughn, the flip. Ball game. It was interesting here in the 9th, but the White Sox hold on for the 3-2 win, and for the first time this season, the White Sox will win an opener on the road.